I just want to take a minute and share with you from my heart, kind of a unique angle from where this resonates with me. And there's so many things that could be said. When Dan was just sharing about the need to live, I kind of resonate with that in a way that I shouldn't. I was raised in a wonderful home. As Jeff mentioned, everything was provided for me, great family. But at 15, I kind of entered into this struggle to live. And because of that, I have a unique perspective. And three things that came to my heart as I was preparing just some thoughts to share with you today about hidden hunger and how the things that I've experienced relate to hidden hunger. The first thing, and it's probably the most important thing, is that I want to share the same extravagant love and help that I've received with others. You know, I've had a support system that's been there for me that's been amazing. And I remember the other day, Jeff and I were talking about this. I remember one year in particular when I had my transplant in 1999 at Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota. At the end of that year, we tallied up the medical expenses for that year, and it was over $1 million in 1 year. And, I told Jeff, I said, what an amazing privilege that I've had to receive whatever amount of money it took to keep me alive was there. I mean, it was there. If it was $1 million, just imagine 1 year. It took $1 million to keep this person right here breathing and living for 1 year. That's what it cost. And, you start doing the math. I'm a big math person. You're talking about $80,000 a month, really, just to keep me breathing air and moving from day to day and sleeping another night and eating another meal. And so when I look back over these years and everything that's happened, I say, I want to give something that is as extravagant as what God's done for me to other people. I want to do something to help others in the way that I've been helped. Because, so many times we can easily get entitled or get looking at what's happened to us and the negative things that have happened and feel like, well, that wasn't a blessing, man. I'm glad I made it through that, and I don't even understand why I had to go through that. But when we begin to turn our perspective and begin to say, you know what? I was the recipient of $1 million in 1 year just to keep me alive. The least I can do is help a kid in India or in China or wherever in the world to get the nutrients they need to live a happy, healthy life. And that, I don't know, something about that just resonates with me far beyond, and I can't wait to hear further from Dan about the comp plan and different things like that, because I know this is going to impact our lives and be a great blessing to us. But when you really get down to the core of it, there's something inside of me that says, you know what, if I was the recipient of $1 million to be alive for 1 year, I would love to give $1 million to help kids. I would love to at least match what was given to me and giving to others. I don't want to just take. And believe me, there are times in my situation where I feel like all I want to do is take. Three times a week, that's why I wasn't here last night. I'm at the dialysis clinic right down the road here and doing treatments just to stay alive. And sometimes in those moments, I think, hey, I need another $1 million. Give me $1 million. But then you get that perspective, and if you're a believer, the Lord moves on your heart, and you say, you know what, I want to give something back. I want to do something significant. And there's no way that I could do something with that kind of extravagance except through the vehicle of hidden hunger. There's no other way. I could try to do my best, but it would never be what it could be if I'm able to go out and join with other people and put the power of multiplication to work and see the lives of kids change. And so I think if you hear anything I say today, my heart, and I pray that it would be your heart, is that as blessed Americans, we would be able to do something as extravagant for others as what's been done for us. Because all of us, if we're here today, we've been the recipient of so many blessings. And by being a part of Hidden Hunger, really what we're saying is, I want to give back. I want to do something beyond me that has the potential to give back. And then a second thing that I thought about is, with my limitations, because 3 times a week, like I said, I'm in the clinic. I can't go overseas and give out food and be a part of a lot of things that I would like to. But with an opportunity like this, I can affect kids all over the world right here in Coppell, Texas, or Grapevine, Texas. I live right up the road here in Coppell. And I can be right here and somehow impact the lives of people far beyond my ability. If kids were waiting on me to fly over there and bring them some tortillas or some rice or whatever, I don't think much would get done. But through this opportunity, we're able to go far beyond what we could ever do ourselves. And as we're going about doing what we feel passionate about doing, we're by default helping to impact the lives of those who are out there who can't help themselves. And earlier when the video was playing and Pastor Shane Warren was saying, I can't think of a greater thing than to help those who can't help themselves. And even if and God forbid, you're in a situation like me where you couldn't go do something yourself if you wanted to, but we still can impact others beyond our own ability. I don't have to go and give out food. I can send those like Rachel, who you'll meet later today, who have such amazing connections and ability to feed. And so we can go far beyond our ability. And then finally, I think with everything that I've been a part of in my life, there's always a desire that we have to be a part of something significant that has eternal impact. For me, there's been many times where the doctors have said, this is it. I remember one time in year 2000, January of 2000, the head of my nephrology clinic called me and my mother in and said, basically, Joel, you've got 6 months to live if you do what we tell you to do, and 6 weeks to live if you keep doing what you want to do. And basically gave me up. And when you hear that and you face those type of moments, it really gives you a lot of clarity on what's important. And I can tell you right now that a lot of the things that become important to us in the midst of the good times don't really mean that much when faced with the difficult times. And I think about these young people around the world, these children who are facing not being able to have clean drinking water or the nutrients that they need in order for their brains to properly develop. They're being denied these simple things, and we have the power to meet that need. And when we do, I was reading this week in the book of Luke where it says, store up for yourselves treasure in heaven where the thief can't steal it. It cannot rust and the moth can't eat it. When we're doing that, we're storing up treasure in heaven. We may never see the fruit of that here in this earth. And I know for many of us, the mission of this is driving us. The beautiful thing about Hidden Hunger is we've come up with a way to be able to see the blessing of God in our lives as we're blessing others. But so many of us, probably everyone in this room, has participated in things where we didn't even see anything come back to us just because of the mission of it. And that's where the significance comes in, where it's not just us living our life and doing our thing. I just celebrated my 36th birthday. And for me, getting older is a good thing. A lot of people, they deny when they're getting older. They don't like getting older. But every year when I have a birthday, it's like, hey, I lasted one more year. And this, when I turned 36 this year, I said, I made it 36 years. I was excited. But when you live your life in that type of perspective, you have the ability to identify what's significant. And that's why I'm here today, because I identify this mission and what's happening here as significant. It's not just an opportunity, it's a significant opportunity. And it's an opportunity for significance. See, how many times can you say that it may be a significant opportunity, but it's not an opportunity for significance? This is an opportunity for significance. And so for me, I'm excited to be here, excited to be a part of this team and to see what happens as this begins to grow and as things begin to move forward. I believe God is going to bless it. I believe it is going to touch the lives of so many hurting people and children. And I believe as a minister of the gospel, that's what I do for a living. I believe people's lives are going to be changed by the power of the gospel indirectly as we're helping to meet their needs. So I'm just glad to be here today, glad to get to know all of you, and hope to meet each one of you individually. I have met a lot of you already, and I just want to thank Duncan and Jeff and the whole team here for the opportunity to be a part. God bless you guys.